What's good, everyone? All right, guys, we're back for another defensive video, and this is gonna be, I think this is gonna be the last video for the 4-3. I just wanted to kind of give you guys some examples. So we're gonna do another 4-3 video here defensively, but this time we're gonna do something really different. We're gonna change our coverage package. So I'm gonna show you some unique ways, another unique way to run the 43. Now there are different ways you can do it. You can run cover 3, which I'll explain, and you can run cover 1, which is single man high. So I'll also explain that. In this particular video, I'm gonna demonstrate cover 1. So essentially what's gonna happen is the strong safety up at the top of the screen, the strong safety up here, the strong safety is going to go down, and he is going to cover. He's gonna cover the slot man, right? And that's gonna leave the safety alone. That's what is meant by single man high or cover 1, which means that there is a single point of failure in the secondary. With one safety, if the defense, if the offense, if the receivers get behind the defense, it's a done deal, right? So this is a risky coverage to do, but there are some really unique things that you can do with this coverage that can maximize cover 1, right? So I want to show you guys an example of doing cover 1. But what we're going to have to do to pull this off, you really have to disguise your defense well. So that means that whoever the person is that you're playing against, you got to be watching their tendencies, and you have to be paying really close attention to any pattern that they may have. This will give you a really good way of crashing down on the box, for one thing, covering the flats, making it difficult for the receivers to get out. Just remember, if they ever get behind you in single man high or in cover 1, it's a done deal. So this is what we're going to do. So here we are all spread, right? We got twins on both sides of the field. And what you're going to do defensively is you are going to take your outside linebackers and you're going to bring them up slightly. You're not going to bring them all the way in. You're not going to bring them all the way up to the line of scrimmage. You're going to just bring them up slightly, right? But now on the left side of the field, on the far side of the field, you are going to show blitz, right? You are going to show blitz. You want to do that because you want to make it look like you're committing a lot of pressure on the offense, and that means that your free safety now is going to have to slide over to the middle of the field. So I'm going to show you what I mean. So in this case, I have my 2 defensive tackles pinching, right? Because I want to control the center of the field. So I have them pinching. So I'm showing the quarterback, everything is coming right here. And then what we're going to do is this outside linebacker over here, he's going to crash down. He's going to come up, and he's going to show I'm blitzing off the corner, right? So we want to do that. But at the same time, this strong safety over here, he's going to have to come up, and he's going to play the slot receiver right here. So what I'm going to do is your option. I'm going to put him 1 by 5, meaning that he's 5 yards deep, 1 yard to the inside. I want him to have the inside position, just like the cornerback over here is 1 by 7. So he's 7 yards deep, 1 yard inside. So we're taking the inside position away from these wide receivers over here. Now our free safety is going to slide over, and he is going to play the middle of the field. He needs to play the middle of the field because it's not stacked on any one side of the field, right? You guys can see that. It's twins on both sides. So he needs to be able to go in any direction that you're going to need him. Now, closer to the camera here, we have our outside linebacker. This is the one I was talking about in this 4-3. What he's going to do is he's going to slightly come up, but not all the way. We just want to apply a little pressure, but we want the quarterback to think, uh-oh, here comes the blitz again. So you can see with our 43, we kind of disguise it again, and we're making it look almost like it's a nickel package, right? It looks like we have multiple defenders in the secondary on the field, and that safety is vulnerable, which means the quarterback now is looking at these open zones right here in the middle. This is where he wants to get his ball, right? So, but what we're going to do is we have this disguised at the top of the screen. So you're going to see here in a minute, we got it disguised at the top of the screen. It's going to still be zone, right? But it doesn't look like zone to the offensive player. But that's what I'm just telling you guys, that's what it's going to be. Now, our safety is going to have to come up a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and take the snap for the quarterback. All right, now let's look at what we got. Now look at what happened. Let's look at the top of the screen. If we look at the top of the screen, I'm going to zoom this in just a little bit. If we look at the top of the screen, this is what I was talking about. Those receivers up there at the top of the screen, it looks like they are open. It looks like they're open, and that's what we want. Because what happens at this stage, now the cornerback can turn and run with the receiver. So let me get around. Let me zoom out a little bit. All right. So let me get around here. All right, so this cornerback, the receivers can now break and run their routes. This cornerback here, he's going to turn and run with this receiver. He might be beat, but we'll see. The strong safety, I'm going to go ahead and turn him around. This strong safety is going to cover the slot receiver. We can turn him on his route. So we can have the slot going across the middle. We want this guy to jump that route. So we're going to go for the deep ball here. Okay. Our middle linebacker, our outside linebacker is bringing the blitz on the quarterback. This running back is going to have to block. So we're going to have our running back come out here and try to stop this outside linebacker. Okay. We're bringing a center blitz. That's why we wanted to put a lot of pressure in here. That was the reason that we did this stack. So these linemen here are going to have to block at the line to try to stop all of this blitz from coming in. Okay. This cornerback here, he's going to simply turn and run with this receiver. And that outside linebacker that we have here at the bottom of the screen, this outside linebacker right here, he is going to play the slot man. That was the reason that we had him drop back in zone. He's going to play the slot man. Okay. Now this safety, and this is what I was talking about. If the receivers do get behind the defense because of the single high safety, because we're in cover one, if the receivers get behind this safety, you know, this is the risk in running this particular scheme in the 43. But if you do it right, it should work just fine. So I feel like, because I know this Howard team, I know that number 80 over here at the top of the screen, I know that he's really fast, and he's the top athlete on this team, and he's going to be the one that will probably beat that cornerback. So I'm going to have my safety try to get over there to provide some cover. So what I'm going to do, because I know these players, I'm going to just turn my safety, and I'm going to have him go over to help, because I'm fairly certain that number 80 will be the one to get open, because he's the athlete on this team. So let's see what happens. We are ready for our coverage. Hold on, I see one problem. The other thing too, man, in the FAT8 rule system, you have to be very careful with your angles. So you need to check your angles, make sure your angles are right. And I know that angle is slightly off. I still feel a little uncomfortable about it right there. Let's see. All right, I think I got my angles right now. All right, so let's go ahead and play it out. Let's see what happens. So we're going to go ahead and run these routes, and that's what I'm talking about. All right, so see? So we look at the bottom of the screen, covered right here. See how that cornerback made up that ground? Covered right here. So that's covered. Look here, covered, right? We look across the field. That's sorry about that. That slant route that we have coming right here. See? Covered. So there's number 80. That's what I was talking about. I know that he's the athlete on this team. He's the one to beat. And that cornerback got beat, and the safety is out of position. So the question now is, look at the pressure on the quarterback. That came from that pinch. Those two defensive tackles are applying pressure. This quarterback has no other option. He's got to get this ball away right now. So that's what I was talking about. So you can see how the blitz is applying pressure to the quarterback, and these are your options. That's it. So he's got one man to go to. And this is going to be difficult too, because if we look at it from the perspective of the quarterback, see, that's a very difficult pass to make. So that's the thing, taking the right angles. I was able to get some defensive bodies in front of that receiver to make it difficult, even on the deep ball. Jeez, guys, I'm so sorry that I'm shaking so much. Let me put this back on the tripod. And I'm getting too excited. I'm having too much fun with you guys. All right, so again, like I was saying, this is the problem when you do cover one. Having one safety, is easy for that safety to get out of position. That's the risk that you take. But what I did was I capitalized on this by making sure that I had my angles correct. That's why I went back and rechecked the angle, because I wanted to make sure that that strong safety was going to cover that slot receiver and make it difficult to make this pass. So now I'm going to see if I can complete this pass. It should be an incomplete pass. Not doubting my own skills or anything. It should be an incomplete pass though, because this is going to be difficult to throw. As you can see, there's a lot of defenders in front of the quarterback that he has to throw over, and then two defenders out in the secondary that I have to also throw over. So this defense, let's see how I do here. That's an interception. That's a pick. That's a pick. Okay, so that's what I mean. So that right there is a pick. So that's how that happens. You know what, guys? I'm at 12 minutes. I'm gonna try one more shot at this. I'm gonna try one more shot at it and see if I can complete it. Nope. Okay. So excellent defense. Make it very, very difficult to complete that pass. Even though that receiver is open, it's difficult to complete that pass because it's a lot of traffic to throw over. So this is just another example of running the 43. You got a single man hide, so you're doing cover one, right, with your safety. You're gonna bring your strong safety up. You're gonna let him play the slot man, right? Everybody's playing off the ball, so you 1 by 7. Right, so you're putting everybody off the ball. Cornerbacks are going to take the inside position, right? So they're going to force the quarterback to have to throw the ball out to the corners, right? Which allows you to put a lot of bodies in the passing lanes to make it very difficult to pass. So this is another quick example of running the 43. The next video I'm going to do, I'm going to bring my Clemson Tigers out here. And the next video, and we are going to start working on the 3-4 defense, and we're going to do some unique things with that. So I just wanted to share, man, some disguises. Guys, excuse me for the shaky video earlier. I was just too excited, and I was moving the camera all around. So I hope you guys can forgive me for that. But I hope that this video was helpful, man. 3 videos down, defensive schemes, running the 4-3 defense. So we got 4-3, cover 2. We're disguising with the blitz, right? Then we got man zone in our first video, showing how to run zone on one side, man-to-man on the other side. Other unique things that you can do, man. You can do man-to-man and bump and run, right? You can bring one cornerback up or bring both of the cornerbacks up. Just remember, do not hold at the line. Turn and run, right? Don't let the offensive receivers get behind you. If you're in cover 2, is excellent because you have that umbrella. If you're in cover 1, you got one safety back there. That's your safety valve. If the offensive receivers get behind those cornerbacks, it's gonna be tough to stop those receivers from making a big play. So that's the risk that you take when you run cover 1. It's, that's how it is in the NFL. Well, you don't see the NFL running cover 1 anymore because receivers are just way too fast. But That's it, man. So I'm going to stop it here. Don't forget, comment, like, and subscribe. Next time, defensive scheme, the 3-4 defense. Right? So we're going to have a little fun. We're going to do 3-4. We're going to do the 52. Right? We're going to do 46. We're going to do 44. We're going to hit all of the defenses. We're going to do nickel. We're going to do dime. We're going to knock it down. Peace.